What it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome back to Hospitality Queens. This is with your favorite two hospitality gurus. I'm Erin.
What up? It's Whitney.
Welcome back for
Cheers.
another episode. Cheers, cheers, cheers. It's a what it do moment today. It's giving what it do. So cheers. I got a real and if you're not on YouTube, then you wouldn't see this, but I got a really great hefty glass of wine.
It's kind of crazy.
It's giving the day I had. It was a good day, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I just deserve this whole glass.
Okay. You deserve.
Cheers. Cheers to knowing what you deserve. And we are drinking, and of course, I left the bottle.
I got it.
Okay. That's right. It
I
is
like to keep it close. Ryer Estate.
Ryer Estate. It was recommended to me by my Total Wines connoisseur, which I mentioned her in our last show. She recommended this red blend. And so I was like, you know what, let me try it out. And it's giving smooth. I like it a
Very
lot.
smooth.
I like it a lot. The price point is pretty good. I want to say it's like the $12 range, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
10 to $12
Mm-hmm.
range. Really good price point. Very smooth. I put it in my decanter and let it sit there for a minute before I
Mm-hmm.
poured it on up. That's why, because with the decanter, you kind of can't really tell like how much you're pouring at a time besides looking at the actual bottle. So that's when I was like, you know what? I'm not going to bring the whole decanter out. So
Right.
I'm just going to pour this whole glass in. And that's what had happened. So,
Yeah.
but I love
It
to let my
works.
wines breathe. Um, so cheers to
I'll let
that.
mine breathe too. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm giving this. This is definitely. I'm sorry, E40, but this is better than your wine.
It's like the bottle says, it's like a rich, smooth, and that's what it is. Like very rich flavor. I don't know. It's giving blackberry. I don't know.
Blackberry, the sweeter the juice. Y'all ain't ready. It's been a lot of tea and juice going on this past week. This last week was eventful. How was yours?
It was good. Um, I worked a lot. Two doubles in a row. I haven't worked to open to close in a long time, but it was cool. I made good money. Saw a lot of things, and we had this weekend we had a festival, a music festival at the park that's right next to my job. So that was cool to have like a mix up, and it was cool to have like a little festival flashback of the fits and stuff like that, and you kind of have a free concert because you hear the music all day. So
Mm-hmm.
that was cool. So I like
Love
that we
that.
had that. Yeah.
Shout outs to some festivities going on in your local cities. And if you
Mhm.
guys go to festivals, do you go to like surrounding places? Like, do you guys like hop around? Because you know, like if you go to a festival, me and Whitney are like those people that just like to try things. So we're gonna probably go see like different places and things in the area that we might want to try. Maybe just if you even going for a drink, a
Mhm.
French fry, something, we're probably gonna go check it out just to see what it was while you're in the area. Like, do you guys do
Mhm.
that? I like to maximize my time. I feel like that's like the best way to maximize your time and energy
Yeah.
is to see what's around.
Yeah.
If you're
It's
already
cool
there,
because
just
we're
be
right
there.
on the way. So there's so many people that don't even know that we're there, who see, okay, maybe we can't come today, we're gonna come back, or tell someone, hey, there's a restaurant here. So it's cool.
Bet you guys check out your local spots and see what's around. Like if you go to do whatever, see what's around. I
Mhm.
always like to see what's around the area. If I can stop in or whatever, I'll do that. But
Mhm.
super dope. Got to listen to some vibes. I love that. I worked last week, got to let my hair down a little bit, and I feel like now when I finally do let my hair down, I'm really trying to let it down.
Yeah.
I'm not like before. I would be like a little bit more humble and chill, but now I'm not. I'm not humbling and chilling on shoot. It's just not. You know, like I'm like I don't go out like a lot, so when I do, I have to just go in and just
Yeah.
not think about it.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
I did something on the fly this week was cut my jeans into shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first time ever doing that on my own. So, um, can't wait to cut more jeans because what ended up happening was I couldn't find the shorts I wanted to wear until obviously magically after I cut the jeans and everything, the shorts appeared.
Mm. Okay.
And I tried the other shorts I wanted to wear on with the outfit, and
Mm-hmm.
the shorts I cut was cuter. I
Yeah.
said, "You better go
DIY.
ahead on, DSCs."
DIY.
It's a DIY. It's a
Mm-hmm.
DIY, and I think that's essential in the summer, right? Like I feel
Yeah.
like really all year round with COVID made you realize DIY is where it's at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
One
for sure. I
DIY I
love
don't
what.
want. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
One DIY I don't want to go back to is the nails, though.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, you were more into it. Like I only did it when I was like going somewhere or doing something, but no. I just I have to pay for my services. I'm not a no. I mean, if I have to, I can make a little something shake, but I'm gonna just go ahead and pay you for the convenience, just to sit and just know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, it's true.
You know.
It's true. 1000%. 1000%. Because those nails, like I like when I go under my sink because I have like a basket full of all my nail stuff. Like I used to send snaps to Whitney and stuff with my nail stuff. Like I have a whole basket full of stuff, y'all. It's full of stuff because it's just how it goes down. And I open that cabinet, I just look. And not one piece of my soul want to touch anything. I got nail polishes because I don't want none of it.
Yeah. No.
I don't even want to add a rhinestone. I got all types of
Mm.
rhinestones. I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to touch it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to do nothing. It's I want to pay the service fee for me.
Yeah. Well, bless you for learning. I mean, it's good. I'm not gonna do a rhinestone. I'm just gonna stick that bitch on.
Yeah, they actually have such a lot of cool nail art, but that's my problem. Like I'm a product type of girl. Like I like a good
Mm-hmm.
product, so I'm gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna buy it.
I feel you. Mm. So the hostess at my job, she used to be like a bar instructor. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And she does like stretching classes and bar classes. So I took a stretching class with her Saturday morning and it was awesome. It was actually at the same park that I work at and it was beautiful. Like we were in a different area. And I'm like, wow, this is so nice. I brought Jonah with me. It was a small class, it was just me and it was just one other lady and the
Mm-hmm.
instructor. So it was super cool, but it was nice to like stretch your body, move your body, and shit like that. So it was cool.
I love that. Shout out to the stretching class. It's so good to stretch your body. It's
Hmm.
like stretching, you guys, is its own workout. Like
It was
don't
a
take
workout.
stretching
Yeah.
for granted. I think the older we get, we don't realize how important stretching is because we're like, oh, we don't have to stretch. It's like really, if you stretched, eat well, and have like a minimal workout plan, you actually will see a transformation in your body. You don't have to go cardio weight training, right? It's like that's
Hmm.
why I changed my business around because fitness people have weird expectations. It's like no. If you find the balance for your body type, it's all gonna come together because that stretching
Hmm.
helps with your core. Boom.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
it helps you, and sometimes it's not about like the weight; it's about the endurance. Like if you keep going and you keep doing something repeatedly and you build endurance for it, it's gonna
Uh-huh.
tone the body.
Hmm.
Muscle train or weight training can tone the body. Cardio can tone the body. It's just all about what you're looking for, sis.
Yeah. So it's
So
lit. I'm gonna keep taking them.
yay, I love that. Whitney about to be flexible, y'all. Y'all better keep an eye out. Keep an eye out, cause you been cutting up. We talked about P Valley. You up on it now? You about to be up on it, bitch. You up on it now?
I didn't see the one last night, but I'm up on it though.
Okay. Yeah, three
Yeah.
is good. Three is good. Like 3
Hmm.
episodes. Don't know what you want to stretch your leg. You want to stretch mine. I've been going
um,
in on abs lately because I'm like, I need that flat.
I haven't been going on shit but eating, but I've been trying to do better.
Whitney, you have like a natural, like really good body
Yeah.
type. Like you're just hers. She's never had a gut. If I ever saw Whitney with a gut,
Aaron,
I would
shut
I
up
would
the
legit
lies.
go in with you. No, when you were pregnant and you had like those
I'm not
pregnancy,
even
bitch,
I'm
you
not
were
even
like
I
skinny
wasn't even
like
gonna
5
talk
days
about
ago, I
that.
feel.
I was not. Okay, so
No.
we're not gonna talk about this, but yes, I've definitely had a gut before I was pregnant, and I did not get skinny in 5 minutes.
Well, whatever
I'm
she's
just
wearing, y'all, is
tall, so
flattering to the body because
my weight just fluctuates different, but I've definitely had a gut.
well, it was small. It was small.
All right.
Because I have a gut. Like it's actually slimmed down, but I had a gut, and it's got to the point where like some clothes, it's like that's all the focal point, right? It's like nothing else is popping out but the good stuff, and that's not what
Mm.
I said. It's not what I said.
Mm-mm.
That's not what I said, y'all. But it's about the food that you eat. So
Yeah, I'm trying to do better. Um, Salads, back on my smoothie shit, because that
period.
really keeps me full for a minute.
Hmm.
So,
It does. It does.
so I'm
Have
trying to
you
do
eaten
better.
anywhere new this past week? Did you try anything new?
No, I ate at This isn't new, but I ate at Panera, and I haven't eaten at Panera in a really
I
long
ain't
time.
had Panera in a minute. How was it, girl?
It was actually good. I always get the
Mm.
tomato soup. I know it's hot, but I'm a
Oh.
tomato soup girl. And I tried this. It was a bowl. They have this new like warm bowl thing. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like a Greek Mediterranean type of thing. It had black beans, brown rice, maybe quinoa too, or maybe just brown rice. Don't know. Um, some type of like tzatziki type something sauce, but it was like on the side. So I like that they did
Mm-hmm.
that. And a lot of other veggies, and it was all right. It was cool. Um, so yeah, it was good. So shout out to Panera coming
Shout
through.
out to Panera. That's that old faithful.
Yeah, I was on the go and I just needed something that was a little bit healthier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Panera was by where I was at. So yeah, I'm
Shout out
happy
to
they're still
Panera.
around.
I put
There
respect
ain't
on
nothing
Panera.
else
I just
that's
don't.
healthy
Yeah,
ish.
I don't eat it
Yeah.
as much, but I will grab a salad from there in a minute, and I have the app. So it's like
Yeah.
places that are
Hmm.
like, because even if you don't have the app, you can go in there now, and they have like a little tablet, so you can order real quick. You don't gotta wait in the line for the counter.
Hmm.
Shout out to Panera. I'm still
Yeah,
I'm
I did
still down with it.
curbside. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
don't like to go
They
nowhere.
still got the curbside.
Curbside.
Period. Period.
Amazing for
Yes.
like moms with kids, like curbside. You don't want to have to take your kid out. It's
No,
just
I'm
too
here for it.
much.
I'm here for it.
I'm a
Yeah.
curbside queen for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm still here for the Panera. So put some
And I
respect on
like,
Panera.
yeah, that they have like pretty much any option they have with meat you can get without. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just hella options and
Yeah.
customizable. So I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a chocolate chip cookie. It was warm, soft, ooey gooey, delish. I should have got two.
Girl, I'm so hungry. It does sound so good. I'm like, man, I remember that quinoa salad. I think it was like called a harvest salad, maybe, or something similar.
Hmm.
But it had quinoa and like all this cucumbers, like all this great stuff.
Hmm.
So like
Hmm.
the salad's always been like number one. And I used to I would do the broccoli cheddar all the time, but then I found out
Hmm.
like all the crappy things
Yeah, it's
about
not
broccoli
good.
cheddar. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I stopped eating that. So then it became this. That's why I actually don't eat there as much because that was probably the only thing that would go there
Oh,
because
the
it was
broccoli
damn good.
cheddar.
And then I heard everybody's like, "This is the worst soup." I'm like, "Of course it is.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
mean
one I
this
like."
cheddar creamy. It ain't.
Yeah. So haven't been to
Yeah.
Panera, but speaking of creamy, I went. This is not as creamy, but I went to a place called the Vegan House over here in Dallas. It's in our Bishop
Mhm.
Arts area. And I was super excited. The reviews litty. It was on one of this dude's Instagram that I feel like I don't know if I sent it to you or just myself because he's local. He always does a lot of
Mhm.
places here in the Dallas area, black owned, vegan, or just new spots. So I went there. Reviews litty on Yelp. The pictures cray, y'all. The pictures cray. The pictures cray.
Mm.
I mean, the pictures gonna get you. So the pictures on Yelp. were so overwhelming. I'm already gonna always ask for a recommendation, but the pictures didn't make it any better. So let me give y'all the tea real quick, okay? And I want to break down the service steps because this is important to me. Okay, so number one, roll up to the Spizzot. Okay, it's in Bishop Arts, so it's in an area that's really shitty of parking. So, but luckily I went like literally like in between work, so it was nobody there because it was like a on my passing type of vibe. But normally it would be probably, I'm sure, like on an evening or weekend. It is not good for parking. You gotta find parking in that area. Walked up. It's very. They have a really nice outside area. However, it's super hot. You can't enjoy it. Saw no fans, no misters, no nothing. Y'all gonna have to fix that. Then we go inside, and it was a little confusing. Okay, you walk inside, so you don't know. Like automatically, if I walk inside of a place and there's no host, I'm gonna just assume go to the counter, like because I'm okay with like going to the counter and like ordering my food. So I'm walking up, you know, to the counter because I'm ready to order. She's like, no, hey, have a seat and use a QR code and you can order from the QR code. And I was like, okay. So then I go in, I'm checking the scenery, right? Because it's my first time in here. The look has potential. Like it looks nice inside. But the demographic of people was very interesting. It was a little slow. And the music, y'all. It was giving classical when this should be an upbeat vibe, right? Okay, it's the middle of the day. What is this? Like a Thursday, maybe? Middle of the day, Thursday. Like it should have been a little bit more upbeat. It was giving classical, okay? Because I was tired, okay? And then, so I sit down. I'm like, put the QR code in, you can order from there. But I looked at the menu, y'all, and I'm usually not overwhelmed by the menu. For it to be vegan, it was way too many choices. Like way too many choices, I think. Right? Like vegan, eat it all day. However, it's like you need to make it very simple so it all flows. Like it had sandwiches, po' boys, salads, entrees, chickenish options, appetizers. Like the menu was very intense, and I don't get overwhelmed. I read everything. Tacos too. I'm like taco menu, like a whole menu just for taco. Like it was a lot. Like I guess like if you order online, it's like it kind of reminded me of Uber Eats because like you can stroll over. That's how the menu was going. They use the Square app for that. And I was like, damn, this menu is this is a lot. Like I was overwhelmed because they had the burgers, they had the sandwiches, they had the nachos, they had the fries. This is a lot. I needed help. So server come out. Well, no server because technically she's like a cashier person, and because there's no servers because you order from your phone.
Right.
But like I was watching her like walk around the dining room, and she was just like completely oblivious to the world around her. Right? Like she never looked at the table. She never like made eye contact with any customers. Like she would be like, say for instance, she's going from the counter to like the drink station, which they had like water out there, plus like all like an area with water and all your condiments and silverware and napkins that you need to get for self-serve. Makes sense.
Right.
But she was like kind of coming back and forth from that, maybe cleaning like a table, but she never looked at any customer in the restaurant. That's the first problem. It's like those things are important 1,000%, but it was not busy. It was not busy. This is the time that you actually pay attention to the customers, so it's not busy, right? Rule of thumb. No, had to call her over. Ma'am.
She don't want help.
The place small, y'all. It's small. If anybody in Dallas go, it's small. It's small. I can look at the room with two sides real quick and see everybody, make eye contact with everybody. Boom, boom. Like it's small, right? So I had to call over. I'm like, okay, the menu is very, this is very lengthy. What do you like? What's popular? Like, I need some help. Oh, wow. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, yes.
When someone can't not like go off the dome of like what it is that they like or enjoy. You're in some shit. You're in some shit. I just want to say red flag. It's like it's a red flag. This is a red flag.
Cause she don't really eat that. She don't know. She ain't really
it,
tried
y'all.
nothing. She don't eat it.
Fucking eat it. And I'm no disrespect. No disrespect. Okay, I just want to do a disclaimer. She looked like she eat McDonald's. Okay, she don't need to work there. She don't need to work there. She was very petite or anything. It wasn't physical. It was mindset and knowledge. She was a McDonald's. I stereotyped her as a McDonald's eater from how she was acting like she don't know. She's like, oh, well, what's popular? I said, well, what do you like? What do you like? Well, I just get a whole bunch of sides. No. Ain't no way you work up in here with all
these options and all you
just get sides. No, ma'am. Cut.
Yeah, something's not right.
So I'm gonna say what I got to eat. I got the fish tacos and I got a fried avocado taco. Or no, fried avocado salad.
Was it like real fish or like vegan fish?
It was vegan fish. So it was pretty much what I learned that they use a lot in their menu, which I feel like I could probably I feel like I could recommend if I got to eat everything and describe shit already just from looking at it. Because when you love food, you love that shit. It's a fucking lifestyle, okay? So what they use a lot though is fried oyster mushrooms. So pretty much it's just this type of mushroom that they like to use, and they just have like their style of batter. That's kind of what I learned is their vibe.
Yeah, the batter is the key.
Fried foods. They do a lot of fried foods. Like they have their own fried shrimps, fried fish, fried chicken-ish. Like they do a lot. It's like very comfort food-ish, right? So I would say it had like these fish tacos, but they were pretty much fried oysters. It was just giving a lot of lettuce because I got the fried avocado salad and it was like a big fried avocado versus like when you go to a lot of other places, they make like slice up the avocado and fry it up. So it was like the whole avocado in one. I would just recommend go ahead and do slices. It's aesthetically nice. It's easier to eat. We get more batter. This is we're gonna go ahead fry. Then I got the lettuce with that. Then my tacos was full of like lettuce, greens, microgreens. It was, it was giving great greens. Okay, we're gonna get our greens.
You got your leafy greens that day.
However, it's vegan food, so it's like it's already gonna go through you. So please don't make it go through more. Let it stick a minute. So then I got like all their tacos come with fries. I'm sorry to say you're wasting your money. You need to go with a chip, so it's a little bit cheaper in food costs, and it just makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's a little lighter.
So it came with the fries. The fries was not hot, but it was homemade cut fries. About time I had been, because I had asked this girl for many other things before, just besides after the recommendation, and I just didn't want to talk to her anymore. So I was like, I would normally want to get fresh fries, but I really don't even want to talk to you. Like I just kind of like I don't want to talk to you at all. I don't want to talk, and that's not a good feeling. We need to invest in our employees. We need to invest in our staff. We need to invest in people so they can be passionate about whatever it is that you're selling. Your team is no good as you are if nobody loves what they do. Like, it's just not going to work. And I felt like from her, she didn't help my experience. The music was whack. The environment wasn't giving good energy. Okay. It's vegan. It should be giving great high spiritual vibe energy. Like the energy was not there. It was not there. It was not there. And then so I had to I probably didn't get the best things for my first try. And it's like, it's okay if one person doesn't eat your food, right? Like we all know that's like rule of thumb, like as a consumer vibe. No one has to actually do the act of what you're trying to sell. However, it is important for us to give the key points of what does work.
Yeah.
So that's my speak on it. I was very disappointed.
They need servers.
Disappointed in the service, disappointed in probably didn't get the best experience because of the service and people. And it made me, I feel like when you choose like a a healthier lifestyle, you're a little bit more conscious. And so
Yeah.
in those type of environments, I do expect a different energy. I need it not to be giving me McDonald energy, it needs to be giving me health energy, and it gave me McDonald energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's take a shot on no fast food energy. This is growth energy only.
Mm.
Okay, and y'all
Oh
know
my
I'm
God,
I'm drinking that manic tequila, and that's on
that's
period.
so funny because I wrote down in my notes just growth.
I
So
love
I love that you
that.
said that.
Cheers to growth energy, you guys. And thank you guys for growing with us. If you guys been rocking with us for a long time, if you new, then grow with us, because if you ain't new to this, you true to this.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're tequila girls. Mm-mm-mm. My new favorite tequila. I need a sponsor. Manic, I need a sponsor because I'm pretty much obsessed.
Period.
Period.
Um, so the reason why I wrote down growth is because I went to one of my friend's baby shower Sunday, and it was great because I haven't seen. It was like a reunion because I haven't seen a lot of our friends in a long time, or since her birthday when she told everybody that she was pregnant. So it was so cool to see her pregnant, and it was a big baby shower. So it's just good to be around all that love. And one of my friends, who moved away, I haven't seen her in so long, and just seeing her was so amazing. Shout out to Vicky. Shout out to Amber and Luke having the baby, Ace.
Hey.
So super excited for them. But Vicky, and it's so funny. We're always each other's date because we're always like the girls that are single. And um, I was just so excited when I saw her because I didn't know that she was coming home. But she didn't tell anybody. But we just had so many just different little talks about like growing up, like just she was always a party girl, right? So she just got it out of her system and she was just growing up and just she just looked so good and healthy, and it was just so good to see her like leveled up and just doing great for herself. And she just said she had to move away to get away. And she was saying like she went to Folly where we used to work at, and every bar she went into, everyone was trying to feed her shots, and that's how it is. Like it's just the thing. And she's like, no, I just want to water. And I'm like, yes, Vicky, like I love that so much. She was like, it's just not the same, it's different. Like I'm a different person, and some people just cannot grasp that. They want to only see you in that space that they are so used to seeing you. And I'm like, yeah, I deal with that all the time. People remember me from a certain time. They're like, well, you don't want to do this, or why aren't you doing that, or that's not interesting to you. I'm like, no, I don't really care about doing that anymore. But the feeling of growth and knowing that like that doesn't phase you is amazing. So it was so good to see her in that light and just be like, damn, we're growing up. I love it. I really love that for us. So for my friends to be having a baby, they got married last year. So and I remember my friend, she was like me, like never cared about having kids, and that she's having a kid. It's like, damn, Amber's having a
Yeah.
baby. It's crazy.
Full
It's
circle
crazy.
moment.
So crazy. So, and I was thinking about you saying like if we still lived in Tampa, we would be married. I'm like, I still don't think so because I feel like no, because I feel like I have friends like Amber and Luke. We all met working at the same restaurant. Amber had just moved from Chicago, and our job was her first job. Like we met and we were super cool, and she met Luke, and they were just friends. Like nothing like I'm around a lot of people. We have different friends who we all met at that restaurant or just from working at the beach who were single, dated a million people. Now they're engaged to someone. I just feel like it's just not our time yet. I don't feel like I
Yeah.
get what you mean of like people being around you who are married and stuff, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't feel that. I feel that this is still our path, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But yeah. Hi, Jahan. I be around hella relationships and married people, and
It don't work out.
it don't mean shit.
I mean, I get that. However, it's a little bit more likely, maybe,
Hmm.
maybe, maybe not.
I think it just depends on the person, and if you're ready to find your person. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm happy to be on this path. I feel like it will happen when I'm ready because I don't know if I was really ready before or even as ready as I think I am now to be in a relationship. So, you know, it'll happen when it's supposed to. Because, oof, it's deep. As we were talking about earlier, like, shit is deep. You, you know, you're still on mute. But yeah, shit is deep. Like, you're really going to be around a person all of the time. Like, we're so used
You
to
have
being
to be
by
prepared.
ourselves. But I keep seeing a lot of things about this, like about a lot of posts saying like this is my like soft woman season. I'm tired of being independent. I'm tired of
Yes,
being like
yes,
having to have everything and da 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 da. Like I want
yes.
to be soft. I want to be, and it's true. I feel like the woman that's like the damsel in distress gets more,
She does,
and
and
then
that's
the but and I see that all the time. I see it at work. I see it in a lot of different scenarios where it's like you can come in carrying in a heavy ass box and no one asks you if you
mm-hmm,
need
mm-hmm.
help. There's gonna be a woman that's gonna be like, "Oh my god, like, da, 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 it's so heavy I can't." Everyone's gonna try to help her, but it, like me, I'm like, I'm just gonna try to do. I'm gonna do it for myself.
Right, right.
If you ask me if I need help, no, I'm good. Like, it's just natural. I remember I went out with one of my friends, Mel. He was on the show, and we were like walking into the thing, and I think we had to like just step up on something. And it was like a simple step up, and he had his hand out to help me step up, and I didn't even realize he was trying to help me up.
Oh,
I literally like slapped his hand away. Like, what are you putting your hand out? I wasn't even connecting because I'm so
yeah,
used to
yeah.
just like, I got this. I don't need
You
like,
are.
but men don't want that. I don't need nobody. So it's not
Yeah,
that
we
I don't
gotta.
need, we need, but it's still like we've lived the life that we've lived, and at the end of the day, we really don't. But we do.
You don't need. You want a companion, and I think that goes
You
for
want
both
and
parties.
need. I feel like we
We
do
want.
need, but
You
we
need the
just have
balance.
learned how to live without for so long that we
Mm-hmm.
feel like we don't need, but we really do need for real. We just haven't experienced the healthy need
Right.
that to be like, oh, aha, like this is how it's supposed to be, and this is healthy and like happy. So,
I
uh,
think the word, I think you have to change the verbiage. I think we need balance, and the
yeah.
opposite sex balances us versus like everyone puts it, you need a man. It's like, well, no, you need the balance. That's what
Mhm.
you need.
Mhm.
Everyone needs the balance. And that person that's not as tweaked as you is very essential to your livelihood. So maybe
Yeah.
we can just stop saying the I need a woman, I need a man. Like just say we need the balance of someone that's not ourselves. Like that's what we
Yeah.
need. We need
Yeah.
that. And we just talked about that. Like and you know what was it? Is it the hood healer?
Mhm.
Maybe it's the hood healer that's on my Instagram because I haven't been on Facebook or Instagram or anything really for a minute. But I got on today and legit the sign she had to or the message she had today was like, don't get angry, don't be mad. Like for me personally as an earth sign, let it flow, it's gonna flow. And I'm like, that's super important to always remind myself because I was telling Whitney that the crazy bee in me comes out and she wants to like quick, 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 quick. She want to cut.
Mhm.
She want to cut. She
Mhm.
want to cut. I don't know how to not cut, but we're working on that. Me.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was thinking that too because I'm like, I be just the way we are. Like, I want what I want. I like what I like. And we always are like, we want this. We need you to apply that pressure. Like, I need you to be on it. And like, there was like a little, like, over the weekend, I was like, I feel like it's not giving. But then something will happen. I was like, you know
It
what?
will.
You're kind of bugging Whitney. Like, chill out. Like, people be busy. People be working. Like, the
We
world doesn't
busy.
revolve around you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. But then the redemption happens, and it's like, I was tripping. It wasn't even that serious, B. Like, just let it ride. So I think that it still goes back to your self love and like how you treat
Mm-hmm.
yourself too. So that's why I
Yeah.
feel like you kind of have to check yourself, because I'm like, bitch, you're good. Like,
Yeah.
you're tripping. Like, you don't really need anything else right now. So just give it a rest, and everything works out how it's supposed to. So
Everything works out, and no one really needs more than what they have right now. We just
we have
want
everything that
more.
we need. Yeah,
We
we have
really do.
everything we need.
We
Yeah.
really do. And all the other stuff doesn't matter. Like, it's gonna work itself out. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna work out. I have everything I need. I have a roof over my head. One of the things I saw today was like, these are the 10 things you good. Roof over your head, food on your mouth, you slept good, you had a dream, you have
Mm-hmm.
ambition, you are that person. I think we have to continuously remind ourselves that, like, no matter what you're going through or what's going on in America, y'all know I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news, and I ain't really know what's going on with the Supreme Court. I heard a tidbit of it. I don't even want to touch. I don't even want to speak on it. All I want to know is that you stand up for yourself, believe in whatever. If you believe strong about something, go hard for that. Don't let
Mm-hmm.
society tell you different or nobody else. Just do what you need to do, but educate yourself on that subject and put yourself in other shoes as well. I'm not saying you got to be sympathetic, but just understand where one might come from. But y'all, we gotta believe in healthiness. I feel like the world is trying to shape us into something we're not. We're not
Yeah.
materialistic people that only grow from materialistic based things. When there's no more content creation, or when the internet goes down for 3 weeks at a time and you can't use anything, what do you have after that? What if internet goes out for a minute because
That would
life
be
has to
so
recircle?
amazing if the internet stopped working. The world would be a better place. People would go outside. People would actually
It would not.
call.
It would not.
You don't
It would
think?
actually be very chaotic. It would be very detrimental, and it would change the world in a very negative place. And
For
I'm
me,
going to say
it
that
would, because
for
for
you.
me, working at like a cell phone company, and
Mm-hmm.
when Instagram would go down, people would be calling the cell phone company thinking that it's their service, pissed off. Like
Right.
the calls would skyrocket. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
would be crazy. People go crazy when their things don't work. When Facebook is down or Instagram is down, people do go crazy. Yeah, they do. But for
They
me,
do.
I would be very happy if
They're
it
going to be happy to a certain extent, but when I say internet goes down, that means no credit card purchase. Your credit cards don't work.
was shit
Keep
that.
your cash on. Keep your cash handy. Keep your things handy. Like, that's what I mean. Because, like,
Yeah.
some people will be like, oh, I'm gonna need a brick. But it's like, no, if you don't got that cash, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I just feel like it's just such a tough subject for me. It is. I'm still finding my way. And shout outs to all the people. I'm gonna do a cheers. Shout outs to all the people who are still trying to figure it out. Because I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out the balance. I'm trying to figure out how do I do X, Y, and Z, and do this, and do that, and do this, and do that. Because I'm not going to just do one thing. That's not how I was not made for one thing.
Mhm.
So cheers to everybody trying to figure it out. We love y'all. We are human. We're trying to figure it out. But one thing I do know is they're gonna put some respect on my body,
Mm.
and that's it. That's it.
That's it. That's all. Speaking
That's
of
it.
body, speaking of body, yada 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 yada. We gotta talk about the verses.
Please speak on the beginning, girl. Speak on the beginning.
So Erin saw the verses when Omarion and Mario started, but there was like a versus pre-show, like how there always is, like a DJ battle. So there was that. It was DJ A1. He was on the verses for um, Escape and SWV. He could have been on another one, but he was one of the DJs again. So that was cool. And they had a host, D. Ray Davis, which I don't really know if I feel like they need hosts. But D. Ray Davis is cool, but I don't know if it was really needed. But whatever. So, you know, they do the DJ thing. They're just playing songs, whatever. And we think, oh, Marion and Mario about to come out. So I'm ready. Got off from work. I'm already pissed that I'm working. It's Thursday. Like, I love Versus. So I get off from work and I like immediately go on and I see these niggas on the stage that are not Mario and Omarion. So I'm confused. So on the stage is Bobby Valentino, Sammy, Ray J, and Pleasure P. Okay. So I had to really gather real quick because it's already been going on. So from what I'm understanding, I could still be wrong. It's Bobby V and Ray J on one side. So they're a team. So they're a team. And then it's Sammy and Pleasure P on the other side. So they're a team. Don't know why, but I guess maybe because with verses you have to have 20 or 25 songs per, I think. 20? I think it's 20 songs.
No.
So maybe they had 10 each.
Together they had 25.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was just a pre-show. Like, y'all probably never do a verses, so we gonna just give y'all something to, show love. Give, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Whitney showing love.
I'm trying to piece it together because I still don't know. Really don't know. So, so yeah. So that's what it is. Bobby V, I would say, has like, kind of like put a little respect on Bobby V because he had them hits. Like he had some good songs. Like he was on some good hooks. And he's had some good songs. So like shout out to Bobby V.
I just want to get to know you.
But don't turn around. That pretty young thing look good to me.
You better go, Bobby.
Period.
Okay, Bobby V for me.
Yeah, Bobby V was lit. He was lit when he was lit. Ray J, I think for Ray is that he's done so many, I'm not going to take nothing from Ray J because I feel like I was there from the beginning because I was young. I grew up in it. Like he was on Moesha, like he was on a bunch of shit. So Ray J is a legend. Like Ray J is Ray J, and I'm not saying nothing negative. Ray J is Ray J. So much respect. I always want to buy some headphones, and then I don't, but I'm gonna buy a product one day. So he's a cool, great businessman, all that. Ray J's lit. Ray J's lit. Like the whole thing was just like the vocal, like I feel like it's different because you're singing, right? Singing is so different than rapping. It is because like singing is a real talent and art. Yeah. You just can't go on a stage with a mic and just like singing is singing, so I feel like it should be taken very seriously and not played. So this is gonna go into a whole lot of other things, so I hope y'all ready. But yeah, Ray J was just not giving what needed to be given. He was doing a lot. It was a lot of shenanigans going on. Like he was litty. He was too litty. And the vocals just weren't there for me. Other side, Pleasure P and Sammy they chose violence. They were very aggressive. They was litty. They chose violence. They was litty. Sammy was like, it wouldn't be none of y'all if it wasn't for me. Like he was litty. But Sammy was coming through with the dark skin and the muscles, the arms. He was
Sammy fine though.
Sammy fine.
All respect, dude. Sammy can get it.
So Sammy, for me, for the pre-show, won the verses because his vocals were there. The looks was giving. I mean, the outfit wasn't the best, but the milky
It
brown,
was the biceps and the
the
milk.
biceps was out. I love a bicep. So and the hair was good. He was giving. It was giving sexual chocolate. I was here for Sammy. Yeah.
It's that sexual
And he was
chocolate.
just like young and just nice body. Everybody else had a little good. Wasn't, like Erin, I think about Erin all the time. Erin's always like men are visual, men are visual, men are visual. Well, bitch, I'm very visual.
I'm
And
visual. Period.
he was doing it for me. So shout out to Sammy.
Okay. Shout out to Sammy.
Um,
Shout out to Sammy. Mm.
but yeah, Pleasure P was talking that cash shit. Talking that cash shit, bitch, the whole time. Like they were lit, 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 just talking hella shit to each other. Um, who else came out? They brought out Youngberg for that song "Sexy Can I." "Sexy Can I" was like a little bop.
I
They,
don't even know the words, but yeah, that part.
yeah, it was a little thing. Who else did they bring out? Capella Gray. That was, I don't know. So yeah, bam. Then verses started. I can't even. Oh, then they were trolling Ray J because his vocals were shitty. So that's I said
No, I
Aaron.
want to say I need to speak on. I need to speak on these vocals, okay? Because the actual verses with Omarion, I feel like the vocals was not there. Omarion giving body performance, the vocals wasn't there. So it's like I feel like I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. First benefit of the doubt was shitty sound. Just shitty sound. Like nobody did a sound check to see how they're moving with these microphones, right? Because what I noticed in Omarion is like when he's trying to move and hit us with that iceberg or whatever, icebox,
Icebox.
it was given raggedy, and then it was given raggedy the whole time. So it's like I feel like no one got to hear themselves, because that's what voice or audio check and voice check is about, hearing yourself doing it pre-voice. So I feel like everybody was trying to get their game up to like perform, but nobody was doing a full round
I
check because the
don't know.
pettiness. Why was these niggas having vaginas? Okay, I just need to know why they all had a vagina.
Who do you think had a vagina?
All of them that they was talking that much shit. They all had a vagina if they talked that much shit. Everybody had a vagina because it was. I don't like the messiness. I actually don't, because if I can have my queens, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, that's probably my favorite one. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
It was such love in that vibe.
It's men. There is testosterone. Like
we
men are
supposed to
like
be the
that.
ones with the pussies.
No, when it's men, if you've noticed in all the verses, men are always more combative than the women. Women are never like that. It's more of a celebration. Like some men are like, it's a celebration, but like for R&B niggas, they're sensy. They're sensitive. So this is not surprising for me at all for them to be in their feels. Not at all. But like, I just don't understand because Mario's vocals weren't bad. Sammy's vocals weren't bad. Pleasure P was all right. I just feel like it comes down to, and Bobby V was not as bad. And like he was all right. There were some cringy moments, but like I just feel like it comes down to, can you really sing? And I feel like some people can just get through. I feel like we use the sing word very loosely, and I'm gonna take it left because I want to know. I've been thinking about this real deeply. Who told, like in the original of the like way back when, like back.
I said I want to know
Who had told, and I'm taking it left. I'm like leaving the verses for a little bit. Who had told? Who told Drake that he could sing? Because wouldn't say that Drake is really a singer.
Ooh.
And I was thinking about that when listening to his album. And when I was watching the verses, that's what I was thinking about. Like some of these people really, like they have a distinct voice, but I feel like if you really need like some shit to be on your voice or a special mic, like even T-Pain without the auto tune, he can really sing. Like he can really sing though. But like some people, I just feel like I don't really know if Drake could do. I mean, Drake could do a verses, but I just want to know if Drake had a mic, nothing on it, American Idol style, if his singing voice is really giving.
But I think that's kind of the part of like entertainment, right? Like that's why you hear a lot of artists are mad at Hollywood, mainstream, all the things, because there is a difference. I feel like you have your vocalists and you have your performers. I think there's a difference. And I think we have to understand, like, when you're feeding into big box concepts, that anyone that made it, unfortunately, they're either going to be a singer or a performer. And performers always make it to the top. Singers make it here. So it was a great example. Like, for instance, the main ones, Mario and Omarion, right? I felt like Omarion was giving the performance, giving the energy, giving the body, yada 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 yada, right? Yeah. But then Mario's letting them know, like, honey, I can make them panties wet. So it's like it was a balance, right?
And I feel like Mario's still a performer. Like I felt like whenever he was on, it was still like well rounded for me. And like still a show. I feel like he still captivated the audience and they were still engaged. He still had crowd control, but he was never like a dancing nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? They're totally different in that aspect. He was never someone that was going to give you all of the, you know, he wasn't that, but the vocals were there. He is more of a singer, but I feel like he still did know how to perform and do what he needed to do. With the Mario, the vocals were struggling so bad that it was hard to watch the performance.
Yeah, they gotta give the balance. I feel like we don't get the balance with like an Omarion and Mario. Like I feel like it wasn't a balance at all. I don't like the opposites. The opposites do not attract in scenarios such as like versus with two R&B. Number one, I was very disappointed they had background dancers. Like, no, I didn't come from a performance. I don't watch verses to get a performance to that level. I watch verses to get a vibe, to touch on the catalog, to just have a real moment of humbleness, exciting, like gratitude. Like I'm looking for a different type of energy. So when you got your background dancers, I'm instantly turned off. Okay, number first problem. Then Mario, it was like, obviously, yes, you do got the vocals, but you need to stop talking about that cat shit. But that's a personality trait. My personality trait is to show these niggas better than you could tell them. So Mario wasn't feeling that. It's like, yes, we know you got the vocals, but I need you to give it. You know, I don't need you to be talking all this cash because you still got that good. Like, no, I'm coming in to slizzy, okay? It's a personality trait. Yes, you have the talent, but make sure everything else matches. And I think that's anyone in their life. Like, your career need to match, your wallet need to match. Like, everything needs to match, or just stop talking shit. Humble yourself. It's not funny. Because I felt like he tried to give his flowers at the beginning and at the end, but I feel like it was very whack and very narcissistic. It was not real. It was not real because we've all heard them capping and talking their vibe, which is cool. I don't mind that. But how you kept going in, I'm like, no, you really mean that. You mentioned the millennial, you mentioned current events that you were not a part of. That's how I know you really meant what you had said. Now, if you didn't mention those, I would have just took up the talking. But it was like you mentioned things that like those hurt you because that's why you mentioned. Otherwise, you would have never said that. You know, you would have never mentioned those things. So I just need everybody to know: put your money where your mouth is, and that's on period.
Yeah, but I feel like he did. Omarion's not giving. Omarion's vocals was not giving.
No, his vocals.
And I feel like he probably was the first ones whose idea it was to bring the whole production in backups. dancers because that's what he is. He's like a backup. He's
Mm-hmm.
like a dancing guy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, because they've had other R&B type verses before, and I don't
Correct.
know if it was like that. So I feel like I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that they needed that, but I feel like Omarion probably brought that because I feel like in his actual performances, maybe he doesn't really sing live because he's doing all that other shit. You
Right.
know, I
Like
feel like
you.
it is more of a arena tour, so people probably don't even realize that he's not
Mm-hmm.
singing as much. So I feel like it was a different. It was different. It was different. It was different. But it was interesting for sure. The
Mm-hmm.
watermelon thing, weird, cringy. I don't know. I don't know if it was really needed. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So.
He was just like, what? I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Okay. So I definitely got it, but it was funny because when I saw his brother DJing, like, and I want to give you guys a little backstory. So Whitney, what's are you air sign?
I don't
She a
know.
Gemini, I'm a Virgo. We're gonna leave it at that. We'll get to those other ones. But we have a really great, like, different view when we see different things, which I love because those are the two that connects. She can see something real cool, and I'm like, and I gotta rewatch or see, and then I can see the value. So with the watermelon, number one, I noticed that this is the same brother that was like around when they was touring back then. He still looked, that's the only thing I was captivated by was how young he looked. And he was still real milky.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him on Instagram. I've been seeing him. So,
I don't,
yeah.
I'm really not up. But I was like, okay, brother. He was looking milky. However, okay, I was very disappointed in, like, if you're gonna be the DJ, like, you need to have, like, the other DJ had like his laptop, like it felt like he was a little bit more prepared, right?
He was a DJ.
He
Like,
was a
I think he's
DJ. This
Mario's
is your
like
brother,
touring
nigga.
DJ.
We gotta stop with the family affairs. That's one thing I did notice. I was like, look, brother, you milky, you is fine, okay, but you can't get away with not having the right things that are needed. Like they can't. Like that's not acceptable. The watermelon prop, I feel like it was a prop that was just trying to give a show. Now we all know that they're not eating that kitty like that, so it don't matter. It don't matter. Like it
For
was just
Mario
a
to say he hasn't been in a relationship for a long time, we know because there's something that you're not doing, bro.
I
So,
don't think I feel like he can't eat they big. I feel like he personally probably can't eat any peas because like that, like you just can't eat no peas like that. Being him,
I mean, I feel like
you just can't. I
you can be
see.
super selective and have like a higher echelon of something that the rest of
It just
the
don't be working out like that, friend.
ain't no around the way. I feel like a man is a man, and he can find some clean person like.
Not that you're like it. It's not. Unfortunately, I wish I could protest, but like just being a regular degular, I'm just gonna be a regular degular woman. It's not even easy for me. Like I can't tell you that I don't ever put my face on anything, and that's it takes a long time. So I feel like if you're in that caliber, it's even more because yes, this person does look like they have X, Y, and Z, but their motives are always crazy. And it's like just because you have money doesn't mean you have any more better integrity, right? Like just because you have money doesn't mean that like you're gonna be any better in whatever scenario. Though, in like even if they sign paperwork and do all that, that's not fun. Like if you gotta sign all this like extra private paperwork because that's what they do when they're celebrities. They have to do all that. Like I personally would not be interested. I don't want like the moment I have to sign paperwork, I'm probably gonna be turned off. And like a real human being outside of business is not gonna enjoy that. I gotta sign paperwork before I eat that kitty. No, thank you. I don't want to eat it.
Well, there's plenty who are okay with signing over
Yeah, but it's like you don't want
paperwork.
plenty. It's like when you. I feel like it's super hard to find like something you just want to bite into. And if you find multiple people you want to bite into, you bliss. Like, you in the right place at the right time. Please drop us a DM of where you live at, because that's not where it's at. When you send me a thing of saying like where the men at, it's not it's not giving an everyday I want to drop into. It's just a little harder when you want to take that next step. I feel like when you do, everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he making them ice boxes and stuff, it's a little deep. But Mario had the vocals. He had the vocals.
I
I
don't
just
feel like he
wanted him
had
to
a
be.
good. I feel like he didn't have like a super six pack, but I feel like he had
No, no,
like a
no.
normal body. I don't feel like it was giving good at all. It wasn't
It
giving
was
good to me.
giving good to an extent, but I just felt like for me, what I didn't enjoy was like, yes, talk your cash money shit, but like find really good points to like jump on. Don't jump on, oh, I'm giving the women too much attention performance wise and X, Y, and Z via, when you don't do any of that. So don't speak on something you don't do. Right? Like, speak on something else. Like, speak on the fact that my vocals may suck or whatever it is, but don't say you dancing too much for them. No, because some women like dancing as niggas and some
Mm-hmm.
women don't. Right? Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
different strokes for every folks. So like, why do we harp on one versus like just the facts, right? Like, it's a get out of your
Mm-hmm.
emotions. It's a fact. Omarion, he came out with an outfit change, bro. He came out with no shirt on with the oil on. We
Mm-hmm.
already knew what it was. When the oil came on, I
He
knew
was.
what it was.
It was weird. Not weird, but like the Omarion that like I would just rather see him and not hear him. Like he wasn't doing it for me. I was
Right.
definitely Team Mario all the way. Nothing that he did
Mm-hmm.
bothered me at all. I was actually really disappointed in Omarion actually, but yeah, the alpha change was even doing it for me at all. I just couldn't get past the vocals of like screaming and like trying. It was like I don't know. It was too
Mm-hmm.
much. Him kept saying like I can't hear myself. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you just can't sing.
And that
Maybe
that's
you're
that's just a fact.
maybe you're just better in the studio. Maybe you're just not good live.
Right. And some are.
Maybe you had a bad night and that's okay. We have bad days, but
We do.
it just wasn't giving what it needed to give. Um, and I think that we use the word singer very lightly and loosely, and that was my biggest giveaway takeaway from
I
the verses.
1,015% agree
And
with you.
you're right with like people who are a performer who can dance and all of the things. Yeah, you are gonna get farther. He was in a group, like he had different like little opportunities. But for Mario, who for everyone probably isn't a more well known, like Omarion was on Love and Hip Hop, like he was in a whole little scandal, like he's more like in our face because of those things. Mario just on the back in the background, clearly still working, clearly still touring, I'm sure, and was able to like exercise all of those things and perfect his craft
Mm-hmm.
over the years way more. And so a lot of his songs, I'm like, damn, I forgot about this song. Like, I forgot
Mm-hmm.
about this. Like, I probably don't listen to Mario a lot now, but back in the day I did because I'm like, damn, I forgot about this song. He was actually the first concert that I ever went to. He came to our mall, Northwoods Mall, like back when he just came out, and I still have like little souvenirs and shit from that. But I just feel like I'm happy that he was able to put that out. That like y'all may
Mm-hmm.
think like
Mm-hmm.
because you don't see me all the time, I'm not doing shit, but like I really have that like raw talent that all I need is a mic and I can really sing. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
need anything else. Like I don't need to do shit else. And I can really sing. I can write songs. I can really do shit. I think that
Mm-hmm.
was dope. So I think that's the best thing about verses is that there's always, not always, but in some situations there is an underdog, and the
Yeah.
underdog comes out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know everyone thought Omarion was going to sweep him. It was going to be, and it just wasn't that. And I think that's super cool. And I think it's humbling too
Mm-hmm.
for Omarion to just be like, you know what? I need to do better. I need to,
Mm-hmm.
maybe do a little more of this and that to perfect my craft. So it was interesting. It was very entertaining for sure.
Yeah, I think, by far, I was always a Mario fan before ever a Marion. Like, that was always
Hmm.
my vibe. So, in my mind, I came in there a Mario fan because that's just what I personally listened to because he just spoke on what I was speaking at that
Yeah,
time.
and his songs, I'm like, it was so like refreshing. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
so used to hearing like just that shit, and to hear like that R&B music, like really speaking to women, and like
Mm-hmm.
like that R&B music, it was just like, damn, I miss this. So yeah, I love that.
Good shout outs to all the artistry out there. I think that's like mostly important. Shout outs to all the artistry out there. Keep doing what you doing, love what you do, and put them vocals on it.
And that's on period. Put the vocals on it. Ooh, it was struggle dug. It was struggle dug for the
Was
vocals for
though.
me. And that
Seriously.
was kind of the same thing for BET Awards. I know you didn't watch it, but I felt like it was hella sound issues. Like every performance, not every performance, but the majority of the performances that I saw had some kind of like timing. Someone forgot the lyrics. Like it was some weird thing that happened. And I guess it's just technology and things happen, but it just sucks if that's just your profession and you get on stage, you've been practicing, you've been doing all the rehearsals, and you get on stage and shit go wrong, the mic goes out, you can't hear, like
This is how it goes down.
it sucks. It really sucks.
You
And
can't be great at everything all the time. That's life, y'all. That's a life lesson.
it
That's
sucks.
that is the life hack of the day. Like, shit's gonna get a little cringy, but like, what do you do to prevail? Like, what do you do to like make it do what it needs to be done? Like, keep pushing through. And I love what artists do is they keep pushing no matter what happens. They keep pushing, keep going, don't stop, right? Continue the show, all the things, all the things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Like, you
because you
can't
really
stop,
don't have, you can't just be like,
can't
hey,
stop, won't
you
stop.
can't just be like, I'm going to get off the stage and go to the back. You can't really do that. So, yeah,
That's the vibe. Can't stop, won't stop.
you got to be strong
Period.
and wrong
Keep
because
it going. Don't move. Don't move.
these,
Keep it moving.
these niggas been real strong and wrong. Ooh, speaking of strong and wrong, we were talking about knowing, working at a restaurant, even working anywhere, knowing your stuff, knowing your menu, knowing your pricing, knowing the history of the company you work for, because people are going to ask the questions.
Exactly.
Knowing all of the current events, sales, happy hour specials, ingredients, like it's important that you know. And when I worked this past week, um, someone had asked for like a taste of a certain wine. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I just totally forgot that we no longer had that wine. And the customer actually had like an old menu, or the menu just wasn't updated yet. And the bartender was like kind of talking shit to me throughout the night because I didn't know. And I was like, my bad. Like, when someone asks for something, like you just say, okay, cool. Like, yeah, you can have that. And I'm just, the name was a familiar name. So I just really didn't remember off bat that we no longer had that wine. So to me, in that situation, it's like, okay, we don't have that wine anymore. Let's just get her whatever we replaced that wine for. I can explain it at the table. She's gonna drink it and taste it anyway. And she gonna like it or not like it. We can get her something else. Like, not a big deal. But with that, also we had a new person starting and they had a menu test. And I've never taken a menu test at my job. I've worked there for off and on for a long time, and I just never was presented one. And as I was looking at it, I think this is before the thing happened with the wine, I was like, damn, I need this test because there's some shit on here that like I may be off by a year, may not know all of this in its entirety, like, because I kind of just been grandfathered into this bitch. So they probably never thought Whitney needs it. Like, she good. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely said to myself, like, damn, I need this because I need a refresher because I went from working one day a week to working. So yeah, I missed a lot of shit, and things in the restaurant change all the time. All the time. Sometimes a beer kicks and we replace it with another one, and they don't update the menu. So you're so used to seeing that one thing and carrying that one thing for 6 months. So it's just in your brain. So yeah, you may not, it's going to take you maybe a little minute to remember that, oh, this isn't that anymore. So, and I'm visual. So I see the menu, I can see it, I know what's there. But if it changes, it's going to take me a little minute. And if it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
change in the menu, it's going to take me a minute to remember that this is no longer that. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's a whole thing. Like I do write hella notes because we have a raw oyster bar, so the oysters change all the time too, and that's a whole another thing. So I always have to write down everything. But it still comes down to knowing your restaurant, knowing what you're selling, knowing your products, knowing your prices. And I have to get better at that. But I feel like as a business, you have to get better too at having it updated in the system, in the computer, all of the things, because it's going to help everybody remember if you constantly see the changed item more so than,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this changed 3 months ago, but on the menu it still says something else. Like we need to have it updated ASAP.
Yeah. And I think if you don't make it important, it's not going to be important to anyone else. It's like my biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you're making a change, adjustments, upgrades, I just want this to be important to you. You have to have pre shifts daily. Hey, just so you know. Hey, so just so you know. Hey, try this. Like you gotta make it important. If you're an employer that have employees or people on your team, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be, you need to make it important, pre-shift them, uplift them. So that means like every day before they start their shift, hey, this is what we're working on. This is an overview. This is what I would love for you to remember. Hey, just if you as a leader, it is your job to make leading important. And the moment you put it into your employees' hands, no. Just no. It's not important. Because that's what I deal with like all the time. It's like I'm like, why would it be important to me? This is I don't gain anything from this. Why is this important to me?
Hmm.
We're all human. It needs to be important. If it's important to you and I like you and I deal with what you have to offer, then great. But if not, then no. So kind of just how that way goes, you know?
Hmm.
It has to be important.
It has to be important. I feel that 1,000%. It's the determination for me.
If you guys are not motivated by what you do and what you are, and if you're a business owner and you're not motivated and you want to teach people and educate them on what you're doing, you're in the wrong profession. That just is what it is. When I went to the vegan food house, I was very disappointed in the service and the lack of knowledge of the person. I feel like it has a potential to be really great. However, potential is not what I'm seeking in my life right now, because once you realize who you are to even be conscious with your food, you decide that potential is not something that you want to put focus your energy on. I need you to know what it is that you're selling and be confident in that. So when I arrive at the right place at the right time, it flows together. So invest in your workers. If that means that you need to arrive 30 to 10 to 5 minutes early every day to have a pre-shift to say, hey guys, I added this, or hey, what have you tried? Like it's your job to make sure they try things on the menu. It's your job to make sure they know what's new. It's your job to know to make them understand the importance of hospitality, service, and greatness. It's your job for them to instill importance of everything that you want to go great with your business. If you do not do that, you will not have a successful business. Anything that you do, it doesn't have to be hospitality wise. But in the service industry, I'm very passionate because we deserve the best, because people come out for entertainment and we are the entertainment. And Homegirl was not giving me anything besides McDonald vibes, and I don't go to McDonald's for a vibe. So everyone needs to understand that Invest in your people. Like I did something totally different, like a brand ambassador event, and I didn't even know the key points to a really good brand that would have been beneficial to me because nobody made it important. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sitting here doing extra research on someone else's business. And I think everyone needs to understand that, like, if you're passionate, if you create something, you have to be passionate about your creation, right? Like, you got to talk about your creation. Like, I didn't go the above and beyond to check it out. No, because I'm surpassed going above and beyond. Number one. Number two, I have a lot of other things going on, and I'm being always thrown into stuff. So it's like I'm not gonna take the extra time. Like we need to understand when you don't take the extra time what it is. So it's our job to make sure it works as a creator, you
Period.
know? Period.
Period. Poo. Ooh, so I have a few. Let's see my affirmations for this week.
Um
Oh, I saw
ooh.
something today and I posted it on my Instagram that says green flags. So everyone always wants to talk about red flags. What about the green flags? Green flags for people in your life. Their presence is calming. Very important. They listen without judgment. They honor your boundaries. They make an effort. They are supportive. They respect your opinion. They make you laugh. They respect your needs. They make you feel valued. I love all of those things because I feel like we can kind of focus on the people that don't do any of those things, but we need to highlight the people that make us feel good and realize like, oh, when I'm around this person, I feel this, this, and this, and like stay around those people instead of being around the people that don't make you feel good.
1,000% agree. You know what? I'm gonna touch on the verses again. When Amarion and Mario had came together, one they both were like, "I'm gonna give you," like Mario was like, "I'm gonna give you flowers." So I think that's kind of a really good like recap of give someone their flowers when you enjoy them, right? That's the term that we understand. If you enjoy like having a friend XYZ, like I speak on it all the time. Whitney is like my confidant of like having me a come to Jesus moment. Like I know I can go to her and it's gonna be a come to Jesus moment in the best positive way of someone that understands and knows me. So that's important. That's important. Like y'all deserve to have flowers in that way. It doesn't mean in artistry, it doesn't mean in business necessarily, but maybe just like an individual accomplishment, you know? Like we talk about like our wins all the time and like a win is like that you're still a dope person no matter what adversity you may go through. So shout out to everybody out there trying to get it, getting it, going through whatever that they're going through. Like if you're pushing through and stay like remain yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's the green flags for me. I'm about to speak on that. I like that. I like the green flags. Them red flags real scurry.
I like only green flags. I don't want
I
them
love
red
that.
flags.
Um. Okay.
Oh, I saw something else too. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
a tweet from Soldier Boy
Soldier
that
Boy.
says, "If your life just got harder, that means you've leveled up." And I feel that a
Hey,
thousand
love
percent because
that.
I feel like my life just got harder in a lot of different ways,
Oh my
but
gosh,
it's
yes.
because I leveled up. Like I'm
Yeah.
kind of, it sucks, but I get it. Like it's a part of
It
the game.
doesn't suck.
So
It's such a
I mean,
level
yeah,
up
yeah,
in a way that you didn't think you could level up.
yeah.
So okay, bet I'm gonna do an affirmation on the dome. Um I am leveling up in a way that I never knew existed, but still gets me to all my dreams, manifestations, and aspirations. Period.
Period.
Okay, like that's the vibe. And just the tip is like keep going. Like it's not going to work out as you planned it. It's going to work out better. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's the vibe. So like know that like you getting it in, you getting it how you live. things have to change. Your mindset has to change. And I think people like really downgrade the mental time you have to do for yourself. We have to put a lot of time into yourself. It's a lot. Like, it's actually too much. Sometimes I think because I'm not used to giving myself time, like sometimes I have to know, like, no, you can't, you're not gonna be able to do all the things. And you have to suck it up, because otherwise those are the things that used to frustrate me. Genuinely, me personally, like, I get frustrated when I don't get to do everything, and I would be so frustrated that frustration will linger because I didn't get everything done. Like, now I'm like, you know what? You're only one person. You're trying to do this, that, third, da da da. You got a lot of that stuff done. That's good.
Yeah.
Move it on along. And that's the balance. It's really hard, especially if you're a mom, working, entrepreneurship. Like, it's so much. Like, you wake up busy, you go to sleep busy, and it still ain't enough. Still ain't enough. Drive going off, kid going off, food still ready to be eaten. It's a lot going on. But you know what? We survive every day.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful.
But did you die?
And every day I wake up, it's cheers. Quick shout out to the Wonder Bar that I got to go to this weekend. I've been wanting to go there for so long. I saw it on Instagram. It looks very like 70s, 80s vibes, super, super cute. I got no great content, you guys, so bear with me. I have to go back, and a better timing. It was too dark. It's a very, it's not giving lighting for atmosphere. I need to go during the day, so bear with me. But if you're in Dallas, go to Wonder Bar. Hit me up if you want to go. We'll link up. You could be my photographer. I'm there. You do have to do the questionnaire or whatever, but
it was the questionnaire for me.
It is a questionnaire, but it was super, super dope. Shout out to PJ, the bartender upstairs, that held it down for me. Really loved it. And then I met another bartender downstairs. She said she's from Austin. Her name is Hannah, so shout out to her as well. Love that place. I shall be back many, 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 many times until y'all piss me off. And then that's it.
Okay.
So just don't do it. But I have faith that y'all won't.
Okay. I love that for you.
If you want to know how to lose me as a customer, don't piss me off.
Period.
Treat me equally. I pay. I go out, have a good time. I don't expect shit, so don't expect shit out of me, and don't expect me to be quiet when you acting dumb.
Oh.
That's an expectation.
Okay. Period.
And the only reason I said that is because it's still a little bit on my heart, but shout out, I don't know this girl, but shout out to Lundy and her family. This was a girl that I got to learn about over the weekend that was shot by security guards at our local strip club here that's pretty infamous. It's a strip club called Ecstasy. It's like one of those kind of like late after as a BYOB situation, because we don't serve alcohol after past 2 p.m. here in Texas, or 2 a.m. past in Texas. So, but what happened was this girl got shot by security on her way out, driving in her car, and she died at the hospital. And it really fucked me up because don't know this girl, but it was the fact that like she, like the internet, like I'm not a big social media person, but I find like how beautiful it can be in certain scenarios. So we got to watch her. She was actually on live before any of this happened, and she was taping how she was being harassed by security guards. And then, you know, hours later, she's shot and dead outside the club. So, you know, security guards are being, you know, they're already detained, and people protested for her on Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, one of the two, to make sure the club didn't open again in her respects. And I really appreciate everyone that fights for what they believe in, because it was unnecessary. Like, they told her to leave. She was leaving. She was in the car driving. They shot through the car, shot through the car. So it's like, I get it. whatever had happened, but we were leaving the scenery. Okay, so for her to lose her life 3 kids later, I don't think it's okay. And yeah. And the only reason she was taking forever to get out of the club is because she was waiting on her food, and she said, "Y'all gonna give me a refund for my food or not?" And it was like, it was crazy because there was just a whole bunch of girls, which you would never really expect. And she was like, "Dude, if I was a man, y'all wouldn't even be doing me like this.
Yeah.
Like y'all wouldn't." And it was a whole bunch of security guards, like not
Mm.
police. And then they were trying to get her family off the grounds, and it was like, no, like if I was her family, I wouldn't leave either. You just killed my family member,
Yeah.
you want me to leave the scene. So still very emotional on me. Shout outs to them. um, just know that Hospitality Queens does not condone violence in any manner. Now we do want everyone to respect each other and be hospitable, but that is a choice. And know that you don't have to resort to violence. Violence is not necessary regardless of what you're going through, and if you can get your point across, that is not the goal. We have enough going on in the world. We don't need to add stress or violence.
Facts.
Not needed.
Facts. Facts.
Thoughts
That
to
made
everyone.
me think about the Pink and
Thanks.
the girl who plays Mercedes and Uncle Cliff were just on Angela Yee's lip service. I
I
haven't
saw that.
finished it yet, but it was a pretty good episode. But the girl they have on there, Gigi McGuire, who
Mm-hmm.
is a famous stripper. But they were talking about kind of like things like that happens in the club and stuff like that. And it's deep. I think people have such a can be so negative thinking about dancers and things like that. And there's so much stuff that happens in the club, and that's just so sad. You're just really out here trying to get it, make that money, and get your food and go home. Like literally, that's all we do. We go to work. We're making our money. We may order food after work. And we just want to make a home to our kid, to our cat, to our dog, to whoever to watch Netflix. And it's sad that like just simple things can't happen because people just don't know how to control their emotions. So rest in
No.
peace. Shout out to everybody who is working in this industry. It's so important to have that person you can call, person who can be with you, that buddy system, whatever. Like I had to walk to my car the other day by myself that night of the festival, and I asked one of the kitchen guys, "Hey, can you walk me to my car?" And it was hella security people out there, but I just felt more comfortable with someone who I know, like I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
trust just because you got on the vest that you're gonna really protect me. So it's interesting out here in these streets. So
True. Shout out to everyone in the nightlife, or just shout out to being
yeah,
a human being in 2022 in the United States. You're not safe. Don't take it for granted. And every day that you wake up is your blessing and your life lesson.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
shout out to all those people.
Facts. I was watching this thing. It was an interview on Breakfast Club, and this lady, she's a black woman. She's traveled to like every country, and she said that like out of all the countries and like how America is, they kind of treat you to think that third world countries or other countries are just not as safe as it is here, and this is probably the most unsafe place she's ever been
Mm-hmm.
in her travels. I'm like, yeah, like you think. I mean, any place, anything can happen at any time, anywhere. It's just, on how you have prepared to
Mm-hmm.
protect yourself,
Mm-hmm.
how you react in that moment. But I think in America, we are kind of naive to how it really is, or just think that some things just can't happen to you or it can't happen here. And that's just not the case. So protect yourself, stay strapped, educate yourself on what the laws are in your state, in your city, in your town. So you're always protecting you and your fam. So yeah, I'm very proud of us. I'm only on one glass. Oh, you're still on mute. You're on mute.
Not gonna make it through this one, but it was a good attempt. A lot going on in my background, but shout outs to everyone just getting it in. And America is actually pretty crappy, but we're just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna speak on it. There's a lot of places that they try to interrogate us from that are so much better.
Because the life is way better there. They don't want everybody to
Free
know
health
it.
insurance.
All ass. Yeah.
What? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was kidding.
Free healthcare.
Story of my life.
Free education, right? I'm sure they have free, free education, like all the things that are free.
All the things.
That put people in like debt here. So when y'all celebrate 4th of July.
Like you independent. But I'm sure how to do this day party and make this cash flow on the 4th.
Yeah. I'm not off on 4th of July because everyone requested off already.
Yeah, and we're gonna hold time, but it's gonna be litty, and you guys will get to hear that festivities the week after. The 4th of July episode. Maybe we'll figure that part out, but we're gonna be having to tell you about the festivities after. I'm sure there'll be some shenanigans we'll have to speak on.
Yeah. Because it's 4th of July, it's going to be some shenanigans. It's like a major holiday. So we about to see what it's going to be, what it's giving, what it's going to give.
It's giving major.
So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Instagram, hospitality_queens. You can follow me on Instagram, WhitneyWhite1_ and shop my store, shop 2230 on Instagram and Facebook. Shop 2230 or 2230.online to shop. So that's where I got my hat from.
Shop Get Toned with E, or We Get Toned on Instagram for all your wellness needs, and we will see you next time.
We gotta do a still for Dash. Oh my god. Let's see which one makes the cut.
He played this the first time, but that's okay.
Did you take pictures before this? Just send me those. No pictures?
I don't know. I'll see.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right, cool. Until next time, guys.
Love y'all. Peace.